guys, welcome or hopefully welcome back to my channel, Rad Roots Yoga, where movement meets breath. My name is Brittany and I am so excited to be the facilitator for your practice today. We are going to get started in an easy pose, so cross-legged, sitting up tall on the sits bones, palms resting on the knees. We're going to close the eyes down here for a few breaths, allowing ourselves the time to be fully present here on our mats. We're going to inhale in through the nose and exhale through the nose. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last time, inhale and exhale. If you'd like to stay in this space longer, allowing yourself to become fully present, please feel free. If not, we are going to go ahead and move forward. You can open up the eyes. We're going to take the left hand to the right knee, right hand to the floor behind us. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, twist, and the gaze is over the right shoulder. And release to center. Take the right hand to the left knee, left hand to the floor behind you. Inhale, sit up tall, and exhale, twist, gaze is over the left shoulder. To center. Bring the hands together and interlace the fingers. We're going to roll out the wrists in one direction. We are on our wrists a lot in our yoga practice, so it's very important that we show them some love. Reverse the directions of the circles. To all fours facing the tops of our mats, wrists beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze and the tailbone, opening up the heart towards the top of our mats. And exhale, curl in, tucking the chin into the chest and pressing the heart into the space in the back body. Inhale to open back up. Exhale, curl in, tucking the tailbone under. One more time, inhale to open up. And exhale to curl in. Release back to a neutral spine. Tuck onto the toes and press the hips up and back into our first downward dog of practice. You can pedal out the feet by bending into one knee and then the other. Find a little bob of the hips back and forth, whatever feels nice for you in this beginning part of our practice. On your next inhale, we're going to come up onto the toes, shift the gaze forward, bend into the knees, sending the hips towards the heels and the heart towards the thighs, and you can step or hop your way to the top. We'll meet in our Uttanasana forward fold. Bend into both arms, clasping onto opposite elbows, and find a gentle sway back and forth. Mimicking a ragdoll of sorts. On your next inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift and lengthen, reaching through the crown of the head. Exhale, we're curling in, tucking the chin into the chest. We're pressing all the way to standing, root to rise. Slowly rolling up the back body, neck and head are last to lift. Palms and gaze are going to meet overhead. Exhale the hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, swan dive the heart towards the thighs. Into your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step the feet back to plank. From here, we're going to bring the right knee to tap the right elbow and then step it right back into plank. And then we're gonna take the left knee and tap the left elbow and step it right back to plank. We've got 8 more. Right, step it back, left, step it back. Right, step it back, left, step it back. Right, left, right, left. 2 more. Right and left. Exhale, halfway lower, pulling the elbows into the rib cage, chaturanga. Inhale, pull the heart up and through into our upward facing dog. We're flexing through the glutes to protect the low back, and knees are slightly lifted from the mat. Exhale, roll over the toes, send the hips up and back, downward facing. 1 breath here, inhale, and exhale. We are going to do that sun salutation with the knee taps in it 2 more times, so 2 more rounds before we move on. Inhale, come up onto the toes, bend into the knees, step or hop to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, curl and root to rise. Coming all the way to standing, palms and gaze meet overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, the arms up, and exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step the feet back into our plank. And here's where we find the knee taps. Let's start with the left knee first this time. So left knee to left elbow and step it back. Right knee, right elbow, step it back. We've got 8 more. I'm going to count them down. Left, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your exhale, we're gonna halfway lower, chaturanga. Inhale the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes. Send the hips up, downward facing. 1 breath, inhale. And exhale. 1 more round of that. Inhale, come up onto the toes, bend into the knees, and step or hop your way to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, curl in, root to rise. Neck and head last to lift, palms and gaze meet. Exhale the hands to heart. Inhale the hands up, and exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, plank pose. Last time here. We're gonna start with the right knee first, and we're going for 10 taps. Here we go. Right knee, right elbow for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. From plank, exhale, halfway lower. Inhale, pull the heart up. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing. 1 breath here, inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, come up onto the toes, bend into the knees, and step, hop, or handstand to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, curl in, root to rise. Neck and head last to lift. Palms and gaze meet. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale the arms up, And exhale, swan dive the heart towards the thighs. Inhale, half lift, elongating through the crown of the head. Exhale, plant the hands. This time we're gonna hop back, landing in our chaturanga. So arms are gonna be bent, elbows pulled into the rib cage, and we're landing as light as possible on the toes. Here we go. Inhale, pull the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes, send the hips up, downward facing. One full cycle of breath here together, in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth, letting it go. On your next inhale, we're gonna ripple forward, starting from the tailbone into our plank pose. Turn to the outer edge of the right foot, and then we're stacking the left foot directly on top of the right. Inhale the left fingertips up towards the sky. Here we are in our side plank. Extend the left arm up overhead so you're reaching. And on your exhale, we're bending into the left arm and the left leg, bringing the elbow and knee to tap for 10. And then we're extending right back out long. So we've got 9 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna roll back onto the toes and replant the left hand to the mat. So we are in plank. That on the left side. Come to the outer edge of the left foot. Stack the right foot directly on top of it. And then right fingertips are up towards the sky. Inhale the right arm up and overhead. On your exhale, we're bringing the right elbow and the right knee to tap for 10, and then extending back out. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll back onto the toes of the feet and replant the right hand in our plank pose. Exhale, halfway lower, chaturanga. Inhale, pull the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes, send the hips up and back. Downward facing. One breath, inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, come up onto the toes, bend into the knees and step or hop to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, curl in, root to rise. Slowly and articulately rolling up the back body. Palms and gaze meet overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, swan dive forward. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, and we're gonna hop back, landing in our chaturanga. Inhale, pull the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes, send the hips up and back. Downward facing. One breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale the right toes up to the sky. Exhale, upper body shifts forward, bring the right knee to the nose, and then plant the right foot between the hands. Inhale, upper body lifts, and your windmill opening the arms open to your warrior two. Gazes over the right fingertips. Left foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Turn that left heel in as you sink the hips down and bring hands to heart center in our goddess pose. Inhale the arms up by the ears. Exhale the fingers behind the head. Inhale, sit up as tall as you can. And on your exhale, we're dropping the right elbow down to tap the right knee. And inhaling back up to center. Exhale, drop the left elbow towards the left knee. And inhale back to center. We've got 8 more. Right, 8, 7, center, 6, center, 5, center, 4, center, 3, center, 2, center, and 1, center. Inhale the arms up and straighten through the legs. Transition back into your warrior 2. Left foot parallel to the back, bending into the right knee, gazes over the right fingertips. Cartwheel the hands down to frame out the right foot, and then we're stepping the right foot back into our plank. Lower down to the forearms, so we're in our forearm plank. We're gonna slowly dip the right hips off to the right to tap the mat, and then bring them back to center. And then exhale, tap the left hip to the mat, and inhale it back to center. We're going for 20, so we've got 18 more. Here we go. Right is 18, center, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From your forearm plank, replant the hands and press up to your plank. Exhale, halfway lower, chaturanga. Inhale, pull the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes, send the hips up, downward facing. One breath here, inhale, and exhale. That little sequence on the left side. Inhale, left toes up to the sky. Exhale, upper body shifts forward, bring the left knee to nose, and then plant the left foot between the hands. Inhale, we're coming up, arms are opening up to a T in our warrior 2. Right foot's parallel to the back of the mat. We're bent into the left knee and gazes over the left fingertips. We're gonna turn the right heel in as we sink the hips down and bring hands to heart center in our goddess pose. Inhale the arms up by the ears. Exhale the fingertips behind the head. Inhale, reach tall through the crown of the head. Exhale, tap the right elbow to the right knee. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, left elbow, left knee. And inhale back to center. 8 more. Right, 8, center, left, center, 6, center, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Inhale the arms up and straighten through the legs. Turn the right foot parallel to the back of the mat. Arms come back to a T in our warrior 2. We're gonna cartwheel the hands down to frame out the left foot and step the left foot back into our plank pose. Lower down to the forearms, and here we've got 20 alternating hip taps. Here we go. Let's go to the left first this time. Tap for 20, center, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. All right. Plant both hands, pressing back up to your plank. Exhale, halfway lower. Inhale, pull the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes. Send the hips up, downward facing. One breath here, inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, come up onto the toes. Shift the gaze forward, bend into the knees, and step or hop your way to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, curl in, root to rise. Rolling up the back body, palms and gaze meet overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms back up, and exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands and hop back, landing in chaturanga. Inhale, pull the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing. One breath, inhale, and exhale. On your next inhale, starting from the hips, we're going to ripple forward back into our plank pose. Lower down to the forearms. This time, we're gonna be here for 20 seconds, a count of 20, but we are alternating, lowering the knees to tap the mat. Here we go. For 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant both hands, pressing back up to plank. Exhale, halfway lower chaturanga. Inhale, pull the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing. One breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lower both knees to the mat. Cross over the ankles and extend the legs out in front of you. We're moving immediately in to our boat pose. So legs are lifted. They can either be straight or bent. Meet yourself where you are in your practice. Wherever you are is perfectly fine. From boat pose, we're lowering the feet and the upper body to just a hover above the mat, and then lifting right back up. We've got 9 more. Lower for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way to the mat. So we are flat on our backs. Inhale the right foot up towards the sky. Bring the arms up and over so biceps are by the ears. And then tuck the fingers behind the head. Lift the head and shoulders from the mat. On your exhale, we're bringing that left elbow to tap the right knee for 10, and then we're opening back up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the right foot all the way to the mat. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. On your exhale, we're bringing the right elbow to tap the left knee for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the left foot all the way to the mat and inhale the right foot back up towards the sky. This time, to add a little bit of challenge, we're doing the same 10 again, so left elbow to right knee. Try to lift the left heel from the mat. And then on your exhale, we're tapping the left elbow to the right knee for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower both feet all the way to the mat. Inhale the left foot up to the sky. Maybe lift the right heel to a hover. We're tapping right elbow to the left knee for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower both feet to the mat. Release the head all the way down and bring arms down by your sides. Bend into both knees, bringing them both to a 90-degree angle. Press the very low back into the floor as much as you possibly can. We're going to keep the 90-degree angle shape of our legs the entire motion here. We're just going to drop the toes to tap the mat for 1, lift back up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Extend the bottoms of the feet up to the sky for just a moment. Maybe you find some circles with the ankles or with the toes, rolling out the ankles in one direction, and then switch directions of those circles. Bend back into both knees, bringing them right back to that 90-degree angle, and we're dropping the toes to tap for 10 more. Here we go, lowering for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant both bottoms of the feet so they're close to the hips. Lift the hips up just enough to where you can interlace the fingers underneath the pelvis, and then press the hips all the way up to the sky in our bridge pose, giving our midsection a nice stretch. Release the fingers and lower the hips back all the way to the mat. We are going into our wheel pose. If you do not have wheel pose in your practice, feel free to find your bridge pose once again. If you are going for your wheel, we're taking both hands, planting them on either side of the head with the fingertips facing the shoulders. You're gonna start by pressing through the heels of the feet, lifting the hips up first. Maybe you come onto the head, the top of the head for just a moment before pressing all the way up into your wheel pose. Long inhales here, long exhales. We'll stay here for just a moment longer than is comfortable. And then we're going to exit the same way that we entered. So upper body first, rolling down the back, and then lowering the hips to the mat. Extend both bottoms of the feet up towards the sky. Lift the hips and send the toes up and over into our plow pose. Lower the hips all the way to the mat, keeping the feet up towards the sky. Palms of the hands are going to find the outer edges of both feet. And we're going to pull the feet down with the hands, bending into the knees, finding our happy baby. Extend the left leg long towards the top of the mat and bring the right knee to chest. Arms are going to come out to a T or a cactus, whatever your preference. Then we're going to drop the right knee off the left side in our supine twist. Just such a good feeling after all of the core work that we have just done. Inhale back to center. Extend the right leg long. Draw the left knee into the chest. Then we're dropping the left knee off the right side. Supine twist the other way. Inhale back to center. Draw both knees up and into the chest. Lift the head and shoulders from the mat, wrapping arms around the knees. Clasp on opposite elbows. And then gently lower the head back to the mat in our compression squeeze. If there are any other postures that you'd like to add to your practice, now is a great time. If you're thinking of turning this off before we find our place of stillness, I highly encourage you not to. Our place of stillness is arguably one of the most beneficial parts of our practice. It's figuring out what you feel, hear, see when you meet yourself in that place of stillness. Are there things that you like about it? Are there things that need to be changed? Are there things that need some work, some love, some attention? Are there things that you can let go of that you no longer need to carry? Have no benefit for you anymore. We tend to see all of these things as soon as we find a place of stillness and quietness. We're going to extend both legs out, long, heels together, toes out, arms down by our sides, palms facing up, drawing the shoulder blades together on the back body. Close the eyes down. Relax the muscles of the face, the jaw, the tongue, the forehead. Feel the energy moving through your body with each inhale and exhale. We're going to have one last cycle of breath together, making it the longest inhale and exhale that we have taken all practice. Inhaling in through the nose, as much air as you can, and then even just a little bit more, and holding it at the top. Exhale, releasing through the mouth, we're letting go of all of the things that no longer serve us, making room for the things that will. As your body finds its natural rhythm of breathing, go ahead and drop in. this is where I will leave you guys. I want to thank you so much for choosing to spend time here today. The light in me honors, acknowledges, and respects the light in each of you. Until next time, namaste.